Hi, I have talked to many of you about using eMedia Virginia as we continue to create online learning opportunities for our students. To help you get started, I thought you might like to have a training video that you can reference when you need it. To begin, you'll need to access LCPS Go and sign in. Once you're signed in, you're going to want to navigate over to the Library Resources folder and then scroll down until you find the teal colored icon that's labeled eMedia Virginia. Before we begin searching through eMedia Virginia, I wanted to show you some of the things that are featured on its homepage. To begin with, eMedia Virginia has some different things that it rolls through here on its banner. Right now, they are featuring some of their materials that they have that they think that teachers who are doing distance learning would be interested in. This is a list of Civil War resources for elementary learners, but it could potentially be something that our sixth grade history teachers might be interested in using. There is also here a collection of resources for secondary science classes that doesn't focus on any specific science class. You just look through here. This is what they call a playlist of resources that have to do with science topics. Also on the homepage, my math teachers might find this interesting. There is some geometry and algebra here. This is a full year of lessons, video lessons that you can pick and choose from. So just to take a look at that, if you click on modules, it gives you a list of all of the different topics that teachers cover in Algebra 1. Okay, let's talk about actually doing some smart searching in eMedia Virginia. Let's, for instance, say that I am a 7th grade history teacher and I'm looking for resources on World War II. I could type World War II in my search box here. But there's actually a better way to do this so that I can find, because there are tons of resources in eMedia Virginia, to find things that are going to be suitable for the age group that I'm working with. I can actually search by my SOL. So if I come under here, and you can see there's all kinds of subjects that are covered in eMedia Virginia. If I choose history and social science, and I come down here and I find the course that I'm teaching and the SOL that I want to cover. Now it's only going to search for any of the resources that have been tagged as being acceptable for that specific SOL. I can decide what type of media I want, and let's say I'm looking for a video this time. Under grades, I'm actually going to not just tell it 7th grade, but I'm going to think of this in terms of ability levels. If I have students who are functioning at more of a 5th grade level, and then some other students who are functioning more at a 9th grade level, then this is going to open up the kinds of sources that I get in my results. If I have some students who are hearing impaired, I can also come in here under Other and click on Has Captions, and it will limit the videos to only those videos that are closed caption. Okay. So the first thing that I want to show you is that some of these materials are easier to work with than others. So this first video here is 25 minutes long. Now, if I don't want my students spending that long watching a video, some of these videos you are able to modify, and some of them you are not. In order to know that, you're going to have to click into the source and scroll down to this section right here, where it tells you how you are permitted to use it. So this is a view-only video. That means you're going to use this link to match up with this video, in your HyperDoc. You're not allowed to shorten it in any way. If that's not something that you're interested in, then you're probably going to want to continue looking for other resources. Another thing that you're going to want to avoid in here are any resources that require a login. Anything that says that a login is required is going to create a headache for you and for our students right now, which is not something that any of us want. But let me show you a video that is a little bit better. If we look at this one, rationing at home during World War II, it's only 2 minutes long, so it might be okay just to leave it as is. But let's see if I'm able to. See here? This shows that I'm able to modify this video, which means I could potentially upload it into my eVideo and splice it together with some other videos that I find. Or if I decide that there's part of this video that I don't want my students to see, I can upload it to eVideo and truncate it so that it's exactly what I want my students to have access to. You'll notice that it is integrated with Google Classroom, and that is something that we can look into next year potentially. But with the way that we are conducting our classes through HyperDocs right now, the easier thing for you to do would be to add this to your playlist so that you can, and that your playlist is where you're going to collect all of your resources and then use this link in your HyperDoc so that your students can access this. One thing that I want to point out to you is that all of these resources have the MLA citation for you right here, so it's super easy to copy and paste that into your HyperDoc so that we are modeling good digital citizenship skills. So I also wanted to show you all how that you can save all of the content that you want to use in one place so it's easy to get to. All right, so let's just say so that I can show you one other type of content they have. We're looking for interactive, something that is going to get the kids involved. Go. And here is an interactive activity, young people in World War II. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to see, and this is another thing to point out, some of the resources will give recommended other supplemental resources. This item is appropriate for grades 8 through 12, so it's probably okay for our 7th graders too, but of course I'm going to view it carefully first. You can see the different things that they have decided, the different SOLs that they have decided that this particular activity could satisfy, and I'm permitted to download it, modify it, so this is great. I'm going to keep this with my stuff. So if I click add to playlist, the first thing it's going to do is to ask me, do I want to add it to one of my other playlists? Or if not, I'm going to create a new playlist. And I'm going to call this World War II, create. And then up here, the green box lets me know that it has successfully been created. I can then click here or here and see what my playlist looks like. There's my one item. And I can just continue to go through and add more and more things to my playlist that I find and keep it all in one place. Another idea of something that you can do with playlist is to actually search the playlist that other teachers have created and published. So if I were to say research reconstruction, I can click on playlist and I will get the playlist that another teacher or several maybe even teachers in Virginia have already made. Now, they have added a lot to their playlist, and let's say I think that a lot of this is really good information that I might also want to use. I can save myself a lot of time by starting by searching for playlists, and if I find one, to copy it. When I copy the playlist, I can now go into my own private playlists. There it is. And if there are pieces in here that I don't want to use with my students, I can simply just get rid of it. So for instance, this one has a caution on it, and I'm thinking that maybe this might be too mature for my students. I can just delete it. So this is a good way to get a running start. There aren't playlists for every subject, so with that, it's somewhat of a hit or miss, but it's a strategy to use and get a lot of really good content very quickly. I realized this was a lot to process, and there are many more ways to use this source that we can explore at another time. If you have any questions or need any help finding any resources in this source or any other source, please feel free to reach out to me or to Ms. Kaus, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks.